turn this down so I don't have any. Hey guys, today we have Mike here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about him, what he does, and about his brokerage. And then you guys are more than welcome to ask him questions, and then we can we'll answer them at the end. So, Mike, do you want to tell us a little bit about you?
My name is Mike Procissi, and I'm with My Choice Realty. Married to a wonderful lady named Peggy for the last 10 years, and we live with our 3 granddaughters that we raise.
Nice. What age?
17, 14, and 12.
Nice. How'd you?
All girls.
So nice. I got just one girl, so we're good there. So mine's only what is she now? 2.5 now. So she's still she's not caught up to yours yet.
Yeah.
So what did you do before you went into real estate? What did you do before you did real estate?
Before I did real estate, I was doing property management. I did that through the mortgage crisis. I was managing a manufactured housing community with over 500 homes, handling the sales, rentals, everything like that.
Nice.
Prior to that, I was a loan officer. I worked at Flagstar Bank and a couple other mortgage companies. And I specialize in doing new construction draw loans, FHA, the VA, the 203Ks, the things that nobody else wanted to do.
Nice. So you've been kind of doing real estate for a while then, huh? So somehow in the industry.
What's that?
I said somehow in the industry for a while then. So not like just getting into selling the houses. You've been doing like all sorts of the kind of stuff related to the industry then.
Ever since my childhood.
Nice.
My father was a realtor, and he would go on listing appointments, and he would buy the house, and he'd come home and he'd be like, guess what? We're moving again. And yeah, I counted. I lived in 22 houses by the time I went into the Army at 18.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, we had some really nice houses though. One of my favorites, we lived in a house in Detroit, and the guy who owned it was the guy who painted the ceiling in the lobby at the Fisher Building, and he'd done original artwork through the whole house.
Huh.
And we saved that as we restored the home, and it was just a beautiful house. I really liked that one.
Wow, where'd you say was that?
It was on Devonshire in Detroit. It was 1 block out of Grosse Pointe, Mackinac Drive area.
Nice. So where else have you lived in your 22 houses?
I mostly grew up on the east side of Detroit and Macomb County.
Nice. Sweet. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some clients. So what's kind of a successful story you've had with a client, like something that may not have started good, then all of a sudden turned into a really good thing, or something that's pretty much like a successful story that you have that you're like, you really like that and it turned out really good for the client. What do you got?
I had a house in Dearborn, and I was talking to the people, and they ultimately listed it with Rocket Real Estate, which is part of Quicken.
Mm-hmm.
And they listed at $185. They sat on the market for 5.5 months, cut the price to $159.9, and withdrew the house from the market unsold. And then they gave me a call. I went in and told them what to do, had them fine tune a few things, not like big major investments, just fine tuning some things.
Yeah.
We put the house on the market at $185 and had multiple offers first day.
Wow. So that's like $30,000 over what they even lowered it to.
Correct. They were just listed with the wrong agent. That was the problem.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy just hearing those stories like that, because all of a sudden it's just like you have the right agent and all of a sudden it just works. So it's like they could try to, like we got, like I see, just like, I mean, you see it all the time with like for sale by homeowners. They try to do it and then they list with the agent and they sell for more than they're trying to list it for. So it just takes the right agent.
I've done that. If there's been a lot of times like that. Like I had some people, I sold them a condo, and then his buddy got his real estate license, and when they wanted to sell, they gave the condo listing to his buddy, and they had 8 showings over 3 months, and then they listed the condo with me, and we had multiple offers first week at the same list price.
There's crazy.
There's more that goes into it than just walking in with your cell phone, taking some pictures and slapping it in the MLS. It has to be properly staged. It has to be properly prepared. You have to have professional photography. You have to market it more than just sticking it in the MLS and letting it feed into realtor.com and Zillow and things like that. Social media is actually a major driving force behind marketing homes, and a lot of agents just don't use it. And it's really the most effective way to do it.
I know. Social media is definitely the way to go. Like that's pretty much how we run our business through social media. Is pretty much like it's where everybody's at.
I use Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, trying to remember YouTube. So I go across all the platforms and I advertise on all of them, because that way you hit people.
Yep.
And I target towards people that are actively searching for homes in the area, so that my ads aren't just going to anybody out there. I'm targeting them to people actively looking for a home.
Mm-hmm.
And the marketing plan I've developed over the years has really worked very well to create some amazing results. I had a house in Trenton a couple of years ago. We listed it at $225. It appraised at $227. We closed at $250.
Wow. That's like 25,000 more.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I've become very good friends with those people.
I bet. They're like, hey, I got some more to sell.
Yeah. That's, I think, one of the things that speaks volumes to the way I do business is that 2/3 of my business comes from past clients and referrals. And that is my biggest source of business. And I think that I've earned that by doing my job. I take a different approach to doing this. My approach isn't, hey, let me slap this up in the MLS and get my commission. Mine is, let me get top dollar for this house. Let me get multiple offers on this house. Let me do better than anybody else will do. And I put more effort into it.
Yeah.
And the results show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially, that's one thing that I see about some agents that I'll see. They get like their, I can see it at the beginning. You're not real sure how, like when you first got into real estate, you're not real sure exactly everything. So they don't do everything for the first listing. They're like, hey, we got the listing. Oh, what do we do now? So they're not really doing all the marketing, the different things. So what I do see is, like, I'll see a lot of people, like, they'll just get the listing, they'll set it up there, and then they're not going to do anything else. So just that little extra stuff, and like once you got like a system down and you figure out what works, you just keep implementing it everywhere and for every house or every listing you got. So that's awesome.
I have a distinct advantage though, because my father was a realtor and he owned the Michigan Real Estate Academy and he taught real estate to people. And my grandfather was a realtor and a builder, and my great-grandfather was a builder. So, I grew up in this business. The day my father died, he made me promise I would get my real estate license.
You're like, yes, sir.
I was only 22 then. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, hell no. I don't want to be like you. You're never home. But I watched, like, as a kid, my dad always had like a brand new Lincoln or a brand new Cadillac every 6 months. In the 70s, he was walking out the door in $400 suits every day, and all that was like, oh, that's cool, but there's a lot of sacrifice that goes into this, because to do it well, you have to put a lot of time and effort into it, and your family is part of it, because you don't have as much time with your family because you're working all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I love it. It's fun to me. This isn't, a lot of people look at this as a job. This to me is what I love. I don't know. It's so much fun to me.
Yeah. Hey, that works. Because, like, what do they say? Like, if you find what you like to do, you never work again in your life.
That's me, because I love this. I'm so passionate about it. I love it. Some people, other agents will tell me, why do you get so much CE? I'm a continuing education junkie. I try to get at least 60 hours a year. But it helps me, because then everyone else is like, how do you know so much? And it's because I'm constantly educating myself, and I'm never assuming that I know enough, because to me, there is no such thing as knowing enough. I want to know everything.
Yep. Hey, that's the one thing no one can take away from you is knowledge. So if you got it, like, it's as much as you can get. So I over here, like, I wasn't very good at reading, so I learned to use audiobooks. So I just, like, listen to audiobooks like crazy, and man, I just can't stop listening to them, because it's like, the more knowledge you get, you're just like, holy crap, this is like, yep, here's the answer for this, here's your answer for this. I've seen somebody do this, I've seen somebody do that. Here's your answer. So that's awesome.
I like being highly educated in this because it makes me confident, and I don't have to say to people, oh, let me find out, or I'm not sure, because I make sure that I'm educating myself so that I know the answers for people and I have the experience and the knowledge to help them succeed.
Yep. Yeah, that's great. So, well, you kind of answered our next question all the way, so we're not even going to go with that one. So what do you do other than real estate? So you do real estate all the time, since you pretty much are pretty successful at it now, so you figured out a nice system. But what do you do other than real estate?
Real estate?
That's how it always goes.
That's what my wife would tell you.
Yeah. Well, you could do something else.
We like to go camping a lot.
Nice.
And actually, I cheat, because what I do is I set my camper up over at Sterling State Park in Monroe, and then I whip out my computer and I sit at the picnic table and I work and I go on showings and I come back and go camping at night.
You're like, hey, who wants to go buy some houses in Traverse City? I'll go. I need to go camping.
It's fun though. I like spending time with the family. That's important to me, and I don't get enough of that. And that's one of the things, like during the coronavirus shutdown, being able to sit and have dinner with the kids every day, and eating home cooked meals every day. That was really nice. And so that's something that I'm building into my business now, is that I'm actually scheduling to be home for dinner. Yeah.
Hey, that's awesome. I understand exactly where you're going with that one, because that was one of the things I learned during the Corona thing too. So it was like, yep, here's the time, I'm coming home, and we'll just set the phone down, and whatever happens between now and the next hour or two is gonna happen. Then we'll go from there. So,
this business can consume you, and that's one thing that this has taught me recently, was I actually have to schedule time to actually have a little bit of a life. Mm-hmm. So, and I like eating dinner at home.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see. So how can people get a hold of you? So let's say some homeowners want to come, want you to sell their house. How can people get a hold of you?
And call me at 734-258-2113. You call me, text me, and I tell people they can get in touch with me all the way up to 10 o'clock at night. Because honestly, I'm usually up working till 12.
You got to set some kind of standards, and you're like 10 o'clock, perfect. Whatever at midnight, if you respond, maybe I'll respond back.
I've peeled back. I used to work till 2:30 in the morning and then get up at 7:30 and start working. So my wife made me make a rule that I'll stop working at midnight.
That's awesome.
Now that she's succeeded, she has this weird thing, like she wants me to actually take a day off once a week. That's not going to happen. It doesn't bother me to work 7 days a week. This is fun to me. I love it. It's some people like to go play football or play baseball. I like to sell real estate. This is my sport.
Yep.
And I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sweet. Is there anything else you want to share with us before we go? Anyone else? Anything else you want to share with anyone?
I can't think of anything other than I'm the best person they could ever call.
Hey, there we go. Hey, that's awesome. So any of you guys that are on here, if you guys want to contact Mike, I tagged him in the post, and then also I'll attach his phone number below for you guys. And if you guys have questions, just let him know. And we'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Brad.